our government, we know that's the glue that keeps this borough and this city together, the work that's done at the community boards. And now the district leaders from Queens, would you please stand? I get to stand too, I forgot. Oh. And if you know anything about politics, you know that's the glue that keeps the political world in Queens spinning and holding tight. We have with us today Judge Dick Brown, District Attorney of Queens County. We have former public advocate Mark Green. We have former city controller John Liu. We have Senator James Sanders, Senator Jose Peralta, Senator Joe Adamo, Senator Toby Stavisky, Assemblyman Phil Goldfeder, Assemblywoman Nellie Rozet, Assemblywoman Michelle Titus, Assemblywoman Vivian Cook, Councilmember Danny Drum, Councilmember Rosie Mendez, my Councilmember Jalissa Ferreras, Councilmember Jimmy Van Bramer, Councilmember Eric Ulrich, Councilmember Donovan Richards, Councilmember Danique Miller, Councilmember Ruben Wills, Assemblymember Mike Dendecker, Assemblywoman Marge Markey, Assemblyman Mike Miller, Assemblyman Ron Kim, Assemblyman, and it is his birthday, Francisco Moya. Happy birthday, Francisco. Assemblyman Mike Simanowicz, Councilmember Rory Lanceman, Councilmember Mark Refren, Councilmember Elizabeth Crowley, Councilmember Karen Kozowitz, Councilman Peter Koo. We have with us from Queens North, Police Chief Pizzuti. And from Queens South, Police Chief Ward. I believe Parks and Rec Commissioner Dottie Lindowski is here. So we are blessed, and there are more dignitaries than we would be all night, and I'd be in trouble if we tried to name them all. We do have, however, Peter Vallone sitting on the end, Senator Mike Gianaris, and that's the danger in being an MC. Right. And so we got Phil Goldberg. Can we get, who wants it again? Councilman Peter Vallone, did we get you? All of the Vallones, thank you. And my good friend, Audrey Pfeffer, who came all the way from Puerto Rico, Queens County Clerk. Oh, there's that guy. Oh, no, I forgot a guy. Andrew Hevesy. And of course, the Dean of the Assembly delegation in Albany, Assemblywoman Kathy Noe. What? From Brooklyn. Who's from Brooklyn? We allow them in? Brooklyn. again? David Weprin and Mark Weprin, Councilmember Mark, Assemblyman David. They switch places so much I don't know the difference. And Costa Constantino Costa. Did I get this?
Ed Bronstein.
Ed Bronstein. See, and the wonderful thing about this part of the program is its group participation. I just wanted to see if they were awake and you were awake. We did get accused of sleeping in Albany over the last couple of days. Not true. Not true. So now, we arrive at a place that we've all waited for. It didn't go the way we intended it to. There was to be a little bit more majesty. But because we have learned to be light on our feet and not to let adversity get in our way, I bring to you my friend, my colleague, the triple threat, I call her, the new Borough President of Queens, Melinda Katz.
Jeff, the great thing about all those names and introducing everyone is I didn't have to do it. Family, friends, hi everyone. It has been quite the program, and I'm very honored by so many of the accolades that have been bestowed upon me tonight. It's an exciting time for me. I want you to know that the Old Testament that I swore into office on was an Old Testament that was given to me, to my father, I guess, in 1969. Thank you, Deputy Borough President Conway. Thank you. Given to my father in 1969 by former District Attorney Frank O'Connor. And so I was very excited to be able to use it this evening. I'm humbled and I'm honored to be the Queensborough President. And I have so many people to thank, and if you will forgive me as I really go through a list of folks in their own way have a small part, or a very large part, in becoming the Borough President today, but also in my life. And the first, as you noticed, did you like that film? Yes. Nathan Smith, Red Horse, he's out of the room as I acknowledge him. There you go, and Doug. Great job on that, and I really did enjoy the film, and I would like to dedicate tonight to my parents, David and Jean Katz. I have so many people to thank here tonight. The first is clearly my family, to Carter, Hunter, and of course to Curtis. I wouldn't be here without all of you today, and you took a leap of faith with me, and I will always appreciate that. And Curtis really became Mr. Mom during the campaign and watched the kids. Every time someone would say, "Where's Curtis?" I'd say, "Someone has to watch the kids." So Curtis Lewa and my family, thank you very much. And, to the mayor of the city of New York, who has changed the way this city thinks about fairness and economic justice, and I'm proud that he was there to swear me in today, and I thank him for making the trip from the Bronx to Queens. He truly is another other borough man. So I thank Bill de Blasio for being here. To Melissa, Mark Viverito, we wish you luck, we wish you Godspeed. We know you'll do well in the job ahead of you, and we know that you will bring the council together as you move forward for the benefit of the city. Congratulations. County leader, Joe Crowley, who held the bylaw. I don't know where he had to go, and he was kind enough to fly up here from Washington really just to be here today. He saw the vision of this borough. He had faith in me, he had faith in the team, And I want to thank him for his vision and the way he does keep this borough together. And I thank him for his leadership. Of course, to Jerry, Mike, and Frank, who keep us out of trouble, and we appreciate that you are here this evening as well. And I really have to tell you, Scott Stringer, the story about me raising checks would be funny if it wasn't so true. And we really did have that conversation. We look forward to his leadership in the Comptroller's Office, to Tish James for Public Advocate, to Tom DiNapoli, who we spend a lot of holidays together with mutual friends of Norman Adler. I don't know if he's here, but we spend a lot of time together. And he has been a great state controller, and I thank you for your friendship. Teacher, my boss, said to me the other day after one of the speeches, she tapped me on the shoulder, she said, "You'll do pretty good." I said, "I work for you." I know how hard that is for you to say. Thank you very much for your friendship. And to Helen Marshall, I will continue your leadership. I thank you for your service, your over 30 years of public service. And I thank you for your support during this election. And we wish you all the best in your quote-unquote retirement. I don't think that's going to be a retirement. To my colleagues in government who knocked doors, who told their folks in their communities to have faith in her, she'll be okay. You may not know her in your community, you may not know her in my community, but you know what? At the end of the day, we've worked with her. We have faith in her. She'll be okay as the borough president. You took it on faith. I thank you for your friendship, and I look forward to working with you for the next 4 years. And what can I say about Jeff Aubrey? Jeff Aubrey and I met over 20 years ago when I first got elected to the New York State Assembly. We were, I believe, at a Purim parade. Right? A Purim parade. He was leading. And he literally, I didn't know many people at the time, I just got elected. And he literally looked at me, I never met any of the elected officials that were around. He took me, he swung me around, and he said, "Honey, you're with me, let's go." And I've been with him ever since. He is the first person 2 years ago to say to me, "You will be the borough president." And I said, "How do you know that?" He said, "Because it's the right thing. You're the right person for the job." He has put his faith in me for the last 20 years. I thank him for his friendship, his guidance. I thank him for his support. You will always be in my heart. I need to thank Pastor Johnson and Imam Ahmed and the Honorable Reverend Floyd Flake, who put support in me very early on in this campaign. You're kidding me, right? Hi, Chuck. Chuck Schumer, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I'm going. Senator, it's okay. To all of the clergy that spoke here today and are speaking, I thank you. I would like to give a special thank you to my rabbi, Rabbi Gerald Skolnick, who when I tell you that he has seen me through extremely tough times in my life, it would be an understatement. I thank him for his friendship and his leadership in the shul and in my life and my children's life. He's a son to my 2 little boys, and I'll forever be grateful to you. Thank you. To District Attorney Brown, we love you. To all the unions that were so strong in their support of me, from the very first unions of 1500 and 338, and I saw Mike McGuire there. Mason Tender is up there, who've been with me forever. To the Building Construction Trade Council, to the hotel trades, to the working families, to all the folks who put their support in this campaign. I've left out about 100 unions, I know that. and I've left out a lot of folks, but I appreciate the support and the faith that every one of you have put in me. I want to thank my campaign team. Will my campaign team please raise their hands? Please, those folks that worked in my campaign, who got us here today. Nathan really acted as the campaign manager with Brian, and Nathan knew how to handle me very well, which, I never forgave you for, just so you know. Let me thank my family. Michael's here, Michael Katz, Matthew Katz, my sister-in-law, Amy, my brothers when we were growing up are here to support. They always are, and I thank you for your love and your leadership. Thank you. So let me just, I know that this has been a much longer program than folks expected, and I thank you for holding out and being here with us tonight. I am proud to be the borough president. I am proud to be raising my children in the same house that I was brought up in. I'm proud that the voters of Queens put faith in me that said, you know what, she has children, she's an elected official for 20 years, she's a lawyer, she has the experience. Let's put the borough in her hands with the great elected officials that are behind us here. And let's move it forward. Let's make it a place where families have everything they need right here in the borough of Queens. If you knew my father, you knew the one thing he always said. You should never have to go over a bridge or under a tunnel to get anything you needed. You should be able to get it right here in this borough, and we will make it happen together. We need to make sure that our children in this borough have great education, that they have arts, that they have culture, that they have high tech in the classrooms, that they have science labs. We need to make sure that they're not going to school with 30 kids. We need to make sure that the education in Queens is fair and equitable all over the entire borough, and it shouldn't matter where you live for the education that your child is going to get. My district will institute a war room, a school construction war room, a school war room that I learned under Borough President Schumer. We will guide and we will take note of the Department of Education and the School Construction Authority and figure out how to get leasing, how to build schools, how to make our school system fair, how to make sure we have translation systems for the 160 languages spoken in this school system, how to make sure that the traditions of every single child is respected. And let me tell you, when you go into a public school, your children should be able to eat in that public school because the religious requirements are adhered to. We need to make sure that we have policing that respects civil rights. We need to make sure. I want to acknowledge all the great police officers that are here tonight to show support. They do a wonderful job in policing our streets and keeping us safe. And we do believe that doesn't mean we need to make sure we create jobs in this borough. You can have culture and arts here, and you can raise your children here and have a great education. But if you can't get a job here, and you can't get a place to live here, you might not want to stay here. And we want to make sure you want to stay here, work, create jobs. And I intend on working extremely hard to make that happen, whether it's the high-tech industry and small businesses that we want to start in Long Island City, whether it's creating retail in Jamaica, whether it's making sure that in the Rockaways we get economic development and a permanent valley to make sure you can get in and out of the Rockaways. You can't build if you can't move. And that has to be done. Hi, Eddie. John, how are you? We need to make sure that small businesses are respected. We have Peter, too, here from Flushing, and a lot of other folks that are here representing small businesses, and we need to make sure that the city is not earning their living and balancing the checkbook on the backs of small businesses by issuing summons and warrants, and we're going to make sure that doesn't happen here in the borough. We're going to institute a storm relief task force in the borough president's office, so that folks that are affected by the storms in the Rockaways, in Howard Beach, in Jamaica, in College Point, and anywhere that there has been issues, that you can come to Borough Hall and you can trade stories and figure out how we can make things happen faster, better, more efficiently, and get people the money that they're owed in this borough. so crowded. And we're losing hospitals every time we wake up. We're losing another hospital. And we're threatening another hospital like in the Rockaways and all over. So I want to institute emergency rooms that are going into underserved communities. We want to open up the hospitals again. We want to build hospitals. We want to open ones that were closed. But we also need emergency rooms in underserved communities to make sure that you shouldn't have to travel with your children when they're sick at midnight, and you can go right in your community to an emergency room. We need to make sure that families want to live here and stay here. I want to raise my kids here. Curtis and I are raising our 2 kids in the house that I was brought up in. I want to keep them here. I want to make sure they want to raise their family right here. I don't think they should necessarily be in the same house that we were brought up in. Honestly, I think they should move, but okay. But we are a borough who understands how to get along. We've done it. People look at us with amazement, but we do it. We are what is around the world used as a prototype on how to get along. And when we can't get along, we work it out. But right here in this room, we are Chinese, we are Korean, we are Christian, we are Muslim, we are Jewish. We are the Bangladeshi small business owner on Hillside Avenue. We are the Ecuadorian mother who is balancing 2 jobs and raising 2 children. We are the senior couple from Laurelton trying to figure out how to keep our home on a fixed income. We are a newly married gay couple making a life in Jackson Heights and raising a family. And we are 4th generation Italian family in Nazareth keeping our traditions. We are in this room. And I'm sure that the great thing about Queens is there's 100 other folks I didn't mention. And that's what we're about. So I need to thank everyone for being here. I am looking forward to the next 4 years. I'm looking forward to getting things done. But mostly I want to thank everyone for their support. There is no way I'd be here without the faith of folks in this room. And I thank you for that. And my only wish is that I never let you down. God bless you. Thank you.
The Borough President of Queens, Melinda